Death.
Keys to your apartment.
Why?
I think that this is a very, very important concept that a lot of people are missing from their lives. And it's the idea of producing not more than, but just as much as you are consuming. All right. And this is not a very developed idea. And it's not going to be the most scientific video. It's more going to be me talking. All right. So listen up. I think it's important. Now, I like to think of producing as producing anything, right? So even if we're talking about the context of a math equation, right? Of a math equation, let's say, and someone's given us a question, I need to consume quite a bit already of, just rote learning, explanations, explicit instructions, if you will, before I can understand that math problem. If it's as simple as, x plus 3 equals 5. X plus 3 equals 5. Okay, well, first of all, I don't understand algebra, so I need to consume all that algebra. And then I don't understand, okay, how do we do this? Minus 3 on both sides, yada, yada, what could x be? All that good stuff, right? But after a while, I will gain some competence, and then I'll go, okay, x plus 3 equals 5, so x must be 2, and in the real world, this is useful for yada, yada, yada reasons. And I have then consumed a bunch of stuff, and now I've gone on to produce my own stuff, right? But I think it's very important. And the main reason why is because that's the best way of understanding something. Just consuming. It doesn't cement my understanding, right? I'm pulling it back into my working memory over and over, sure, and I might cement the idea, but until I've played around with it and until I've actually applied it, I don't understand it. And again, this is not the most scientific thing. This is more just me speaking. So just listen if you want. Now, this applies to social media in a big way, right? As you saw, I was watching Reels. And I think we all know watching Reels is bad, right? We all know watching Reels is bad. But why? Dopamine, short attention span, whatever. I think one of the primary reasons is because when you only consume and you don't produce, you feel unsatisfied, unfulfilled, and unproductive in your own life, right? All you do is you look at other people's work and you enjoy it. And that's fine, right? But doing that for your entire life can just feel like you've wasted it. So when we go out and we make our own YouTube videos and we make our own Instagram reels and we solve our own equations and, we grow our own gardens, whatever you want to do, we feel satisfaction in that, and we can kind of look back and be like, wow, I did that. I just achieved something. I problem solved. I used what I knew in order to produce something. I think that's also a big issue with a lot of jobs at the moment, which is that you don't actually see the direct linkage between the work you're doing and the end product, right? Because jobs are producing. That is what a job is. We produce something, and for that service, we get paid for it, right? Which is great. However, because of capitalism and the way societies are run now, I'm a TK Maxx worker, right? I'm a TK Maxx worker. I will be working in the back, and I might open a box, and then I have to tag it, and then I put it on the rail. Then the rail gets sent out, and then it gets sorted through, and then it gets put on a thing, and then someone has to go and pick up the rail, and then they have to go and buy it, and someone else sells it, and then that money is seen by corporate, and then corporate says, okay, this is the profit, and this is the loss, and yada yada, and then something has been produced. Sorry, I'm not very concise with my words. Something has been produced, but me, the one that was doing a little bit of work in the chain, wasn't able to see the final outcome. And hence, I felt zero satisfaction. I think that's one of the main reasons why a lot of these jobs aren't fulfilling. Because I'm not seeing my outcome, right? So my other job, right, that I'm training towards is teaching. And it's a very different dynamic, right? Because I will sit in front of a class full of kids and I will spend hours just lesson planning, figuring out the best explanations and examples to get these ideas into the kids. And then after their exams, I get to physically see my work in real life in front of me, right? I have seen the outcome of my production, and it's much more fulfilling. It's not fulfilling because, I just want to help people, I want to influence people, I want to do something that will help the world. It is genuinely fulfilling because I'm seeing the outcome of my work. And that is why I think it's very important to produce in your own time, first of all, and just in general. I think that jobs where you see the outcome of your production are going to make you happier. Don't know how true that is. And I also think that that's why one of the main uses of all of our free time should just be to work on things that we can see, to produce things, new things. Yes, consume, right? Use ideas from other people, build on them, make them better. But apply that knowledge you learn in order to produce something, look at your work, feel satisfied, and feel happy. Yeah. So this was a bit of a improv video. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe if you want more content.